Welcome back to Tech Journal. This week I would like to talk about death of the legacy hardware. Amazon will drop Kindle Paperwhite first version support in May 20. Also, Linux will drop 486 processor support, which is older than 40 years. Out of that, friends will move into the Linux path. They will use Linux versions in government computers, and new cloud Mythos model found 27 years old bug or vulnerability in OpenBSD. Let's get into it.
First up, Linux is finally dropping support for Intel's legendary 486 processor. After 37 years of backward compatibility, kernel developers and Linux torvalds have decided it's time to move on. If you are still running, I don't think so, a 486 machine in 2026, it might officially be time to upgrade. I already had a 486 machine in my basement. At that time, I used to run floppy Linux on it, but to be honest, I don't remember how much memory and hard disk installed on it. If you want to run modern applications, probably it will not run on 486 GUI applications or X window. Probably you can only run terminal applications, Midnight Commander, SSH connections. Yeah, it's not a big issue. I think so. Yeah, it will come with Linux version 7.1 kernel. Yeah, it's also affecting Cyrix 5 series. That processor introduced in 1989 and was replaced by first Intel Pentium in 1993. I remember that there was also another bug for first Pentium series. Yeah, some Linux flavors will continue to support, but most of the distributions will not support 486 with the latest kernel. Other retirement news, Amazon is quietly ending their support for its oldest e-readers. Starting May 20th, the devices released in 2012 or earlier, including the first generation Kindle Paperwhite, I have one of them, and early Fire tablets, will lose access to Amazon Kindle store. You can still read already downloaded books, but if you, that part is important, if you factory reset the device, it will be bricked forever. This is very bad decision. If we check the BBC news, it says people are complaining, of course. And it also Kindle Touch released in 2013. And out of the Paperwhite first generation, Kindle DX, DX Graphite, Kindle Keyboard, Kindle 4, Kindle Touch, Kindle 5 will be affected. Also Kindle Fire tablets as well. Kindle Fire first generation, second generation, Fire HD and Fire HD 8.9. Yeah, users will still be able to read ebooks they have already downloaded. But if you perform a factory reset, it will be unusable. This is so bad. Yeah, this is a book reader. It should be run forever. They have a campaign. Amazon make a 20% discount for replacing old Paperwhite Kindles or these older products, and it's affecting 3% of current users. And people will get emails for this 20% discount Amazon is offering, and the $20 ebook credit on a new device if you use the code sent in the email. But I'm not sure because I bought my Paperwhite from a third-party store and not from the Amazon online. What will happen? I don't know. Maybe it's already registered the device. Amazon will send an email. Anyways, you can manually download documents via USB cable, and you can use Calibre application for converting other books and documents instead of using Kindle Store, because it will be unavailable after May 20. And there is also another way, another kinda illegal way. You can jailbreak your Kindle. There are many manuals on the net, and this Damit Jeff YouTube site is one of them.
I'm going to show you how to do that next.
You can download the hotfix file from the Kindle modding wiki. It's really easy. Just drag and drop the file into your Kindle. Then, in your settings, you're going to hit Device Info and update your Kindle. Don't worry, we're just loading up the hotfix. We're not actually updating it. Then it's going to run some crazy looking text on the screen.
Nice.
And when it boots back up, you'll see a book called Run Hotfix.
If for whatever reason your Kindle automatically updates, you can just run that book again and it'll re-jailbreak your thing. Don't worry. But this is just a failsafe. Ideally, we still want to be able to block updates entirely, so you don't have to deal with this anymore. So let me show you how to do that next.
At this point, you should turn on airplane mode again, since we don't need to be online for any of the rest of these steps. And at this point, we can also delete the filler files, since we need that space.
With that hack, your Kindle firmware will be replaced with another software, and this software has different UI and many other options. You can watch YouTube or play Doom. I will share another video on this topic because my device will be affected too. Yeah, that is the that was the latest sad news. And if we switch to another topic, it's coming from France. France is decided to move parts of its government to Linux. France is making a massive push for digital sovereignty, and the French government has ordered its ministries to begin replacing Windows with Linux on government workstations. It's a huge move away from US tech giants and a massive win for the open source community. US government, their secret services, Palantir, and some small country in the Middle East, they are following our actions on the internet and private things. And it will be good for the rest of the world outside US to move to the open source and Linux. Officially, they haven't decided which Linux distribution will be. The desktop will be based on the Polish Linux distro Gentbuntu. Yeah, the news are very unclear at the moment. Yeah, as far as I know, they had Gendarmerie National Linux distro use their police workstations or gendarmerie workstations, and I guess it will not just operating system. They will also make a transition for all softwares from Microsoft to open source. It will include Teams, Microsoft Office, and other platforms or applications. Also, EU working on that direction. Yeah, the country also moved thousands of workers to local alternatives. Around 80,000 health insurance employees now use open source platforms. These replaced services like Teams, Zoom, and Dropbox. New tools include Chop, Visio, and Friends Transferred. I don't know this one. Yeah, and this is the good news for this week. And the latest topic is about Claude again. Anthropic's new AI model, Claude Mythos, hunted down and found a critical zero-day vulnerability in OpenBSD, hiding in the code for 27 years had been. The fact that AI found a flaw that human security experts missed for almost 3 decades. And out of that, it also discovered a 16-year-old vulnerability in FFmpeg. Anthropic disclosed that news on their website, anthropic.com. And some guys reproduced Mythos findings with public models. Yeah, this is the vulnerability on OpenBSD already patched. TCP packets with invalid async options could crash the kernel. It's actually running on TCP layer. It's with TCP packets. Very interesting. That's it for this week's Tech Journal. Which of these stories you like the most? Let me know in the comments, drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye.